2K Jasper. This is probably one of the smartest 6-7 shooting guard builds you can make in NBA 2K26. It's definitely one of my favorite builds. And once you apply the cat breakers, it definitely becomes a complete 3-level scoring weapon with elite shooting, solid playmaking, and high-level perimeter defense. This build profiles as a two-way shot creator with secondary playmaking ability. You can space the floor, create off the dribble, defend the perimeter, and still rebound at a high level for a guard. Build as a shooting guard, 6'7", 219 pounds, with a 6'8" wingspan. 76 close shots, so you get a few bronze close shot badges. 59 driving layup, nothing really to see there. You got the 79 driving dunk, which we're going to end up cap breaking this to an 87. You can cap break higher to an 89 or so. You would have to put that vertical up as well, so you use a little bit more cap breakers, but I think you're definitely good with just an 87, which unlocks the contact dunks. 40 standing dunk just for the animations. You got the 60 post control, which you can +1 or +2 that post fade phenom to silver or gold, which is definitely a good avenue to go with this build. This is where the build really becomes elite, is the shooting. So you're going to have the 91 mid range. We're going to end up cap breaking that to a 96. I'll show you more of what we're going to do here in the cap breaker screen. You got the 88 3-pointer. We're going to end up cap breaking this as well to a 90, so you will get that D bomber badge. 90 free throws, you will be a knockdown free throw shooter. You shouldn't miss anything at the line. The playmaking is extremely solid for this build. You have a 76, 71, 65, but we're going to end up cap breaking this, and I'll show you what it ends up with it more in the cap breaker screen. 60 interior, just to get that bronze paper troller with that 74 block. You have an 85 perimeter defense. I was going to try to get that gold on ball with this build, but I kind of want to experiment and see how good an 85 perimeter defense is with a +1 or +2 on the on-ball menace. I haven't had really any trouble defensively with this build, especially with this high steal. I had this 87 steal, which I'm planning for future cap breakers, possibly to push it up to a 91, but I haven't decided yet. This 80, just 85 with that gold interceptor has been doing me very well in games, so I might go a different route with that. 74 block, like we discussed. 73 offensive rebounding, which is huge for a build like this. I'm finding myself getting a lot of offensive rebounds with this build coming from the weak side and extending possessions for my team, which is definitely a bonus with this build. You get the 80 defensive rebounding, which will give you silver rebound chaser. You got that silver box out piece. I recently just made a 6'7 lock with no rebounding, so I'm kind of experimenting how it is not having anything. So this is definitely a bonus to have this. If you don't want the rebounding, you can always apply it somewhere else, maybe on your perimeter defense, maybe on your layup, or save some caps here on your shooting. So it's just kind of up to you. The cap breakers might change, just playmaking might change. 88 speed, we're going to cap break that to a 90. 85 agility, I couldn't get any more agility with this build because of the weight, because I wanted to get that 80 rebound. So if you do want more agility, you're going to have to put that weight down a little bit. We're going to have 90 speed, so 90, 85 has been pretty solid for me. 73 strength, you'll have that gold strong handle, and you also get that bronze immovable forcer badge. 75 vert, that is tied to your dunk here to get those contact dunks. Savants, shades of Dan Marley, Kobe Bryant, and Mikal Bridges. First type is a two-way sharpshooting cleaner. That name will change as you apply cat breakers in different areas. Savants. I'm going to show you guys how I applied my cat breakers to this build. This is one of my personal builds, one of my favorite builds to use at the moment. Let's go to attributes, cat breaker screen. I get 23 cat breakers, so I know a lot of you guys aren't going to have that many cat breakers, so there is some places to save some caps on this build. I think you're going to need at least a 16, 17 caps, but it's definitely serviceable without 23 cap breakers. Here, I applied 4 cap breakers to my driving dunk to get that 87. As I spoke on earlier, you can get that 89 here, but you will have to get this vert up to a 78. So I would suggest putting your vertical to 76 when making this build, and then you can just have 1 cap breaker and get it to 78. I applied 5 cap breakers here to my mid-range to get that 96. I did specialize in shooting. This is another place you can save a cap breaker on. If you don't have as many cap breakers, you can just go up to 95, specialize in shooting, and then you can still get all legend shooting badges. So you don't have to go to 96 if you're going to specialize in shooting. Pass act, I put 3 here. It's another place you can save on some cap breakers. I like having a high pass on most of my builds, at least an 82. I feel like 82 is definitely the sweet spot. 85 is a bonus, definitely a plus. But if you think you're good with 76, you can save 3 cap breakers right here on your pass act. 86 ball handle, another place you can save cap breakers. I usually stop at 81. I try to limit my dribbles when scoring. 1, 2, 3 dribble pull-ups is pretty much all I need to get a bucket. Speed with ball, 65. You're gonna have 2 caps here, and your speed with ball is gonna get you that 75 speed with ball. This is definitely a must here. You must get 275, which will give you that lightning launch on silver, which you can +1 or +2 to either gold or Hall of Fame. Didn't really apply any cap breakers here. You can, if you want that Hall of Fame off ball, you +2 here. I would not recommend it. I would much rather use those caps somewhere over here on this area. You have the 87 steel. This is where you can apply some of these saved cap breakers if you don't want to use some on either, your 1 less on your mid range, maybe a few on your ball handle, 3 on your pass. You can apply 88, 89, 90, 91. You can apply your caps here and get that 91 steel for that gold club. 2 caps here for your speed. I think this is definitely a must, especially with the 85 agility. I think having this 90 speed is definitely important. 73 strength, 75 vert. Depending on what you specialize in, your 2 caps for your specialization, should probably go to either your shooting or somewhere in your playmaking. Check out my badge layout on this build. I'm running Legend Shifty, Legend Set Shot. I got the Legend Deadeye over here, so all Legend shooting badges for this build. I'm running the 85 perimeter. I'm trying to see, how useful 85 perimeter is with Hall of Fame on ball. I haven't had any troubles defensively. This is not a lockdown type of build. It's more of a position defender, helping the gaps, rotate, getting the lanes, get steals with that high steal. It's not going to be your primary lockdown defender. You have the gold immovable forcer. Gold lightning is a must. Hall of Fame slippery. Silver post. You got the legend Deadeye, like we discussed. Gold limitless and Hall of Fame area. This is all preference, really. I think having all these on legend is definitely an advantage on this build. And I think having something on your on ball is important as well. Check out my takeovers. I kind of run, this is my classic kind of setup here. I always do mid-range, 3-pointer, speed ball. Deep bomber takeover is definitely a plus on this build. Usually my builds don't have this takeover ability. I think I only have 3 builds with deep bomber takeover ability. So it's definitely an advantage in the game, especially when you can shoot from half court with this deep bomber. But you could run deep bomber, or you could run speedster, running a 98 speed and 93 agility on this build. A jump shot on this build, Scotty base, you got the Bay release 1, you got Rudy Gay release 2, full release, 100% speed, and you got the 60% Bay and 40% Gay. And yeah, this is easily one of my favorite builds in NBA 2K26 right now. It has the the elite shooting, has extremely strong defense, it has the rebounding, it has very solid playmaking for a 6'7". You got the 86 ball handle with that 85 pass. It's definitely a huge advantage. Has the ability to finish at the rim, has the ability to just defender into the post and take advantage of them in there. If you're looking for a complete 2-way shooting guard build, this is definitely one worth trying. If you want more smart builds like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel. 2K Jasper, I'm out.